Humans of the cardboard, welcome back to Just Nuts, guys. Today we've got big news. I'm actually kind of excited about this one. We had no idea this was coming, but we have new Gouki support dropping here for Doom of Dimensions. So we're going to take a look at it here. It is not what you would think from brand new Gouki support. A little bit of what you might think, like one main deck monster, a new Link 2. That's absolutely needed, especially for the TCG with Isold being banned. But I think there's a new Synchro here, a new Fusion here, and I think another new spell card. So let's just get into this thing. We got a lot of cards to get through. Let's just jump right in with Gouki Mashin Suprex. So I guess this is like a bigger, badder form of Gouki Suprex, but he looks badass. I'm not gonna lie. 18 attack, 0 defense, the same as old Suprex. Here, let's see how he rolls. This is a level 4 Earth Warrior tuner. He's a warrior, so he's roadable. He's a tuner, which is nice. I'm assuming that's how we're going to make use of that synchro. And 2 hard ones per turn effects. These effects read: you can reveal this card and one other Gouki monster in your hand. Special summon both, but you cannot special summon while you control either of those monsters except Gouki monsters. Okay, that's cool. If the new Link 2 is good or the Synchro is good, then this card just on its own is just going to be really solid for you, because it's a little bit of a bummer that it has to have another Gouki in hand, but having both will be really good because they both should be getting you searches, I think. Especially since the second effect of this card reads: if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add one Gouki card from your deck to your hand, except for another copy of itself. That's really good. Most of the Goukis, the good Goukis at least, have effects like that, but this is one of the few that actually is able to extend itself from hand, which is quite nice. So yeah, you just have to have enough names to try and open this with another Gouki card, but keep in mind the other Goukis can also search this one. So even like having to summon another one, you can still get to this as long as you have another name in hand and then go from there. This is a good engine card for what this deck wants to do. The only thing that like would make Goukis like next level, I feel like, is like a Link 1, even if it was a vanilla. This is a deck full of monsters that search as soon as they're sent from field to grave, and a Link 1 would facilitate that so well. But I understand why Konami doesn't want to go that route. But still a good card. That's a good start to this support. Next up, we move to a fusion. Does this guy have not Dinomorphia, Dino Wrestler armor? Is that what I'm seeing right now? This is Gouki the Tyrant Ogre. Cool artwork on him. He's fun. He is a level 8 Earth Warrior fusion, 3,500 attack, 0 defense. He does require one Gouki Link monster plus any Warrior, Dino, or Cybers. That's a weird combination, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, you can only use the first effect once per turn. If this card is fusion summoned, you can target cards on the field up to the total link ratings of the Gouki Link monsters used as material, destroy them. If you used a Link 3 or higher monster as material, those cards cannot be activated in response to this effect's activation. And second effect, if this card battles, your opponent can activate a card or effects until the end of the damage step. This card's fine until we see like exactly how this deck even wants to make this. Does it even have? Are we getting a fusion later in this support or whatever? Then maybe that's cool, especially if we can make it as a quick effect on the opponent's turn, like reliably. Maybe that's a little bit more interesting, but for me right now, it's a fine card. But unless like we get the context on how easily we're able to facilitate it, it's popping all the cards is good. The protection and your opponent not being able to respond to it, that's icing on the cake. But yeah, not sure until we know how easy it is to make this card. Next up, we move to our Synchro. It's actually a level 6 Synchro, which is interesting. So I think the only tuner in the deck is this guy, our new main deck guy. And I guess he's supposed to be pairing with one of the level 2s in the archetype to make this. This is Gouki Dragon Ogre. He's level 6 Earth Warrior Synchro. 2200 attack, 0 defense. He is completely generic. So he does just take any tuner and any non-tuner. And you can only use his first and second effects once per turn. If this card is Synchro summoned, you can add a Gouki spell from your deck to your hand. Okay. So the main spell that I think of is the one that already exists. I think it just reborns 2 Goukis, but it has to reborn 2. It cannot just reborn 1, so you have to get at least 2 names engraved. But that's Still pretty good to just get. There's a new synchro or a new spell in this support as well. Hopefully that card's really good as well, but we'll have to wait and see. But that's good effect. And then if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target an earth monster you control. Add a Gouki monster with lower attack from your graveyard to your hand. Also, while the targeted monster is face up on your field, your opponent's monsters can only target that monster for attacks. Okay. That's kind of nice too, though. This is a good card. I didn't expect this card to be as good as it is, but it just is. It is searching you on summon, and then it's getting you an ad back when it's sent to grave. Not too shabby. I'm not mad about this one. All right, the Link 2. This is the card that can like break everything wide open for sure. All right, so he is Gouki Chic Ogre. Interesting artwork on him. But he's cool. He's giving me like lizard vibes. He's got like that weird cobra belt where his giblets are supposed to be. So that's something, huh? All right, he's a Link 2 warrior, of course. 1900 attack, decent stat for a Link 2. Bottom left and bottom right, so he does have good arrows. He is an Earth Warrior, obviously, and he takes 2 Gouki monsters. Okay, so he is hard locked into that he has to be made with Gokis, which is interesting. It's not terrible, though. All right, his effects. He has 2 effects. The first one reads, if a Gouki monster is added from the deck to your hand, except by drawing it, you can special any number of Gouki monsters from your hand with different levels from each other, but you cannot special summon while you control any of those face-up monsters except for Gouki monsters. Okay, so I think the idea here is that if you're linking into this with some Gokis and you're using their effects to search you into more Gokis, this card is immediately going to be able to pull those guys out of the hand and just keep allowing you to keep summoning and spamming and keep going. That's not a bad effect just because of how the archetype is designed. If you're making this card, ideally you're making it with 2 good Gokis that are searching you on when they're sent. So you search 2 more names. This guy then summons those 2 names at least, if not anything else from hand. And then as you make use of those monsters, you then continue to get searches and you get the spell that rewarns 2 later on and all that other stuff. So that's not bad. It has a second effect as well. It says during your main phase, you can fusion summon 1 Gouki fusion monster from your extract using monsters from your hand or field as material. It's not a quick effect. What, like, come on, Konami, make this a quick effect so you can make that the guy above nice and easy. But it still allows you going second to like summon the new fusion pretty easily because he's already either your Link monster or your warrior for the fusion. So it's at the it does facilitate that pretty easily, but does nothing in terms of going first. That second effect. So just meh to me on that. There, and then our final card here is a new continuous spell card. And yeah, confirmation on Dino Wrestlers being part of the lore here with Gokis. It's cool. All right, this is Gouki Fighting Spirit. There's a new spell. This would be really nice if this card's also really good, but we'll see. You can only activate 1 card of this card's name per turn. You can only use the second effect of this card once per turn. When this card resolves, you can special summon one level 4 or lower Earth monster that is Warrior, Dinosaur, or Cyberse from your hand in defense position. Okay. Second effect, you contribute 1 Link 3 or higher Gouki monster as cost to special summon 1 Dino Wrestler or G-Golem monster from your deck or extra deck. What? Okay, so clearly they're trying to tie G-Golem, Dino Wrestlers, and Gokis together here. That's why some of these different effects, the fusion monster can use warriors, dinos, and Cyberse, as this card's pulling all 3 types out of the hand. This card's not good enough. I'm a little bit bummed here, man. Like, I don't want to say this stuff is terrible, right? I think the new monster is quite good. I think the Link is still pretty good overall. I think the Synchro is pretty good, even if it is a little bit awkward in the strategy. And the fusion is just fine. I don't think the fusion's as relevant. I think if we're not making it on the opponent's turn, this card's maybe the most disappointing of them all because, like, for a long time, my one gripe that I've been looking for in Dino or in Gouki has been like more good search targets. If we actually just got more good search targets, then we could keep going in this deck. But this card pulls stuff from hand, which is fine in this deck, and then the second effect is like not great. Like tributing a link 3 or higher Gouki, that's a lot of resources you put in to make a link 3 or higher just to get one of these types of monsters out of the deck. I'm just not feeling it. I don't think the synergy is good enough between these three archetypes to just go ahead and say, yeah, let's jam all three engines in here. I just don't think that's worth it. But I don't know. It's weird. I'm also not a Gouki expert. You know, I've liked the deck in the past. I thought it was interesting in the past, not when it was Gumblar Turbo, but post Gumblar Turbo. There were some cool like mid range ways you could have made use of this deck. But I don't know if this deck really can hold up with this support. I don't know. Somebody let me know because I'm really not sure where this deck stands. There's some interesting stuff here. I'm not sure it's all the way good enough though. So if you're a big fan of Gouki, let me know your thoughts down below on this. Let me know where you land. Is this enough? Are they significantly better? Is there a new direction the deck needs to take? Let me know your thoughts on all that stuff and where you land on a lot of these cards because they are interesting to say the least. But yeah, I'm out here for the day. Though, thank you so much for watching. As always, guys, subscribe to the channel for more new Yu-Gi-Oh news videos as we go forward. We should be getting into more consistent reveals, especially for Doom of Dimensions and maybe even some other products too. We'll keep an eye on those, and I'll keep you up to date on anything there. But I'm out here for today. Thank you so much for watching. As always, guys, let me know your thoughts down below. Peace.